Hey y'all, it's Kara, and I am back with part 4 of my endometriosis story. I just want to start by thanking everybody for the support, the outpour of love that I've received during sharing my story, and send some love and encouragement to the women who are suffering silently. So, when we left off, I had stents placed in my ureters that was to open up the way for urine because endometriosis had grew near my bladder. So when I left the hospital for that, I was on a pill for like bladder contractions. I experienced some blood in the urine and some painfulness until they healed. From there, because one of my symptoms was rectal bleeding, I still had to have a colonoscopy. If you ever want a good laugh, you can go on my page. The videos of me under anesthesia are there. I actually recorded a video during that time, like when I was in the hospital, and I was gonna put it on this video, but I look a hot mess and I'm not giving y'all that. So I met with the GI doctor. We'll call him Dr. R. He was not um, a surgeon that was part of the team, but he was just helping do the diagnostic test. He did my colonoscopy and endoscopy. Now, his initial findings were just some polyps and I think like a bleeding hemorrhoid, which he like took care of during the procedure. However, Dr. L stayed prepared. Even though the colonoscopy came back clear because I was still having the rectal bleeding with my cycle, he went ahead and set up a consultation for both urology because of the pelvic mass and colorectal surgery. Sorry, I kind of lost my thoughts there for a moment. Both of these appointments were done at Rush Chicago University. I went in, I had both appointments in one day, and both surgeons had kind of the same consensus. They were basically letting me know that they wouldn't know what they would have to do until they opened me up. It was at this point that I also learned that I had the possibility of waking up with an ileostomy bag. At that time, I was told it was highly unlikely, but it was something that I was made to be prepared for. So that December, I had to have those temporary stents replaced because they're only good for about 3 months. And they started to get murky and back up, and I was having pain again. And so, yeah, we had to get those replaced before surgery. So finally, once all the tests are complete and everybody's made their determinations, January 22nd, 2025, I check into the hospital for surgery. Once I'm admitted and my labs come back, Dr. L has an amazing idea. He teamed up with hematology, the doctors who specialize in blood conditions, because I have sickle cell. They decided to try a red cell transfer the day before surgery. This was designed basically to kind of trick my body out of having sickle cell long enough to do a successful surgery. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it was tough. In order to have this red cell transfer, I had to have a needle placed in my jugular. I don't know if y'all can see, but that is the scar that it left because I was actually allergic to the adhesive as well, sometimes. So they wheeled me to interventional radiology. There was no numbing, no anything. They stuck the catheter, started the line in my neck, and took me back to my room. From there, a nurse came in with this large machine, which you can see in my slideshow of videos when I tell my story. And they exchanged my red blood cells with healthy red blood cells. I'm not gonna lie, it was very traumatizing. And so I think I'm gonna stop right here and I'll come back with part 5 soon. Bye.